This is the Pete and Sebastian Show with Pete Corielli and Sebastian Maniscalco.
Pete and Sebastian Show, 1 week hiatus, but we are back, baby. Sebastian Maniscalco on the other end. What's up, bro? How you been? Let's do this. Let's have some fun. I'm excited.
10, 12 days, whatever it's been. I went out of town. I went to North Carolina to visit Lana's family. I apologize for my appearance today. Generally, I am not a ball cap wearing guy, but Caruso woke up with a fever, right?
Oh, boy. Yeah. Whoa.
So, fever and diarrhea.
All right. Oh, boy. It's just, I don't know. Unless you shit on your head, I still don't know why you got to wear a big old hat right now, bro.
Went to the doctor. So it was like one of those things where I had no time to shower, no time to do anything. Basically, rolled out of bed, and I'm in the SUV, right?
Yeah. How's he doing?
Yeah, we went, had a battery of tests, including COVID. Going to get those results back within about 3 hours. So I think it's just he's got 2 teeth coming in. That's what That's what the doctor said. Not that a fever and diarrhea is indicative of teething, but
fever is.
Yeah, I mean listen, it's not scientifically proven that a fever induces or comes on due to the fact that there's teething, but...
Oh, all right. Ooh, see, somebody got some information from a doctor today. You acted like you knew that yesterday, guy. Holy shit. Back down.
So anyway, we took him in... Yeah, so it's like, listen, if it's, pre-March and the kid gets a fever, it's like, all right, he's got a little cold, a stomach flu, this and that. Kid gets a fever now, and it's like, get in the car, let's go.
Right, I know. I hear you, dude. It's like isolate the family. Get him a mask. Oh, shit. Right? Still, I'm the only one mad at the Chinese, though, throughout all this. Unfucking believable. Everyone else, all right, can't wait till this clears up. I still want to go see the wall. Yeah, all right. But I hope you're doing okay, bro.
Yeah, all good here. Went to North Carolina. I got to tell you, those of you that can take a trip, or whether it's across the country, whether it's 3 hours away from your house, I got to tell you, completely reset my life. Came back with a different attitude, a lot more happier. It was just great to get out, especially where we went in North Carolina, up in the mountains, thin air, did some hiking, took the kids to a small... I got to tell you this.
Yeah.
We went to an animal habitat, right? Now, I got to look up what the difference is between a habitat and a zoo, but I got to tell you, I go habitat all day long, and I'll tell you why. We go there, and this habitat is in the mountains, so it's not big. They got 3 brown bears. They got 2 eagles. They got a cougar,
right,
and an otter. We whipped through this thing in 20 minutes, and we saw all the animals. Yeah. And I told Lana, I go, what more do you need? Like, when you go to a zoo, how many animals you gonna see until you're satisfied? Like,
dude, cougar and bear and bird. We're done. Throwing a reptile? I don't know how the otter got fucking thrown in there, but you throw in a reptile, and that's a wrap. I just need to see one representation of, all the different things. I agree. And correct me if I'm wrong, with a habitat, it's got the sense that the animals could escape if they really tried hard. But they're like, why would I? Why would I? Look around. This is like I'm staying at a Four Seasons, right?
Yeah, there's like a couple holes in the eagle cage where the thing, if it wanted to soar out of there, it would go, you know what? Let me take about 4 or 5 days off, and then I'll come back to the habitat to get fed, right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I'm not leaving for good, man. Come on.
So
the lateral move. So beautiful, right?
Beautiful, and I got to tell you, my daughter went up on, like, there's like a little ledge there where you could kind of peek over and look into the bears, right? Now, I don't know about you, but I've seen families like this where they bring the kid up to the railing or whatever for a closer look, and the next thing you know, the bear's batting the kid around in the cage, right?
I've seen the video. I've seen video, absolutely, yeah.
Because every time I see a video of a kid in an enclosed area where there's a bear or a tiger, I'm always going, I want to see the video before the kid falls in, what they were doing, right?
Right. Like, were they not watching? Is that what you're thinking? Or were they encouraging the kid?
Or the parents on the phone while the kid was on the fence, and then the kid decides to... So I'm hanging on to my son for dear life. Like, he's up on the thing, but I got it. He ain't going nowhere. And Lana's holding on to Serafina like, we're watching, ducks in a pond.
Yeah, right.
There's three
bears. If she had an impulse, the kid, for a second, and saw it as just some big teddy bear and did a jump, Lana might not be able to grab her quick enough, right?
Exactly.
Right.
So on these types of situations, I can't even enjoy the damn bear because I'm worried. I got one eye on Serafina. I got an eye on Caruso. And then I start to think, man, if something happens, can I go in there and wrestle this fucking thing? I mean...
I hear you, bro. You're always on call. You're always on call, bro. It's like when you see all the lions laying around and the one male lion's like up on his paws like this, he's always working. That's what you're doing, right? You're looking after everything. No downtime.
The whole thing, man. Even at the eagle cage, Caruso grabbed the chain link fence, and I'm thinking, if this eagle decides to come over here and whatever, peck at a finger or what the hell, I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Razor sharp claws, guy. Razor sharp. I'm not kidding. It's like someone just diving at your kid with an X-Acto knife with 5 blades out. You know what I'm saying? You're doing your job, bro. You know?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So we do the habitat. Now, I'm with my in-laws, and they're like, do you want to go to the suspended bridge that connects 2 mountains? I go,
wow. Wow.
It's a mile up in the air, right? And it's one of those bridges where if the wind blows, this thing starts to sway a little. You know that type of bridge? It's very, I'd say it's a good 75 yards long. And we get to where the bridge is in the parking lot. This is in the mountain. There's like a small parking lot. And they got 3 ambulances in the parking lot. I turn around and I go, listen, I'm not really comfortable going to do an activity where they got medical attention already in the parking lot, right?
They're like on call. Holy shit.
Like what happened prior to this where they had a meeting and they had to say, we can't have that happen again.
Yeah.
We need ambulance.
Put an ambulance there 24/7. These people coming off the fucking bridge with vertigo. They're throwing up. They need oxygen. I don't even know why to keep the goddamn bridge up to begin with. This is a big fat for what, right? This is a for what? For what?
This is exactly what Jackie was doing climbing the mountain. I go, what are we going to accomplish by going there and coming back over the bridge? Like, what is it? Like, in fear, every time I do something like this, I'm always worried about the instant that something happens And then the news crew comes to the site.
Yeah.
And they interview the people that work there. And they go, what happened? And the first words out of their mouth, we've never seen anything like this here before, right? That's the day I come.
Yeah.
Right? That's
and they're going to go, we just checked the cable 3 hours ago. It was fine, you know? We're doing a drug test on the guy who checked the cable, right? and honestly, by next Wednesday, the only time anyone will ever remember you guys ever again is if they're ever on one of those fucking bridges again. Someone will go, this is like those people in North Carolina. That's it. Other than that, that's it. Done.
So we get up to the thing, and then I'm always working, right? First thing I see is a sign that says no more than 40 people on the bridge at a time. Okay? And they got people that are monitoring. You know, they're like, okay, you're next, you're next. My question is, 40 people, what? Average weight of 180? 40 people, like what's the I want to see pounds. No more than 8,000 pounds, right?
Well, I don't know how to start doing math on bodies. I want to know if it's 40 people allowed. Does that mean this thing could really hold 80 fucking people? Or 41? At 41, is this thing going to snap, right? like, is the guy with the counter, like, got to be on it? Like, what if someone's pregnant? We don't even know. We're at 40. We're at 41. We don't even fucking know it. Right?
Well, then someone, and I don't know someone had an emotional support animal. They had a dog, but it was an emotional support dog. Now, listen, this guy starts going across the bridge. Now, listen, if you got emotional problems, should you be walking over a bridge that's suspended 1 mile up in the air with a dog? And then my mind thought, what's the dog weigh? Did they factor in a possible animal going across the bridge with 40 people? Is that 40 people and a dog? What the fuck's going on?
Point.
Who's running this thing?
What if all 40 people brought dogs? Is this thing just gonna instantly collapse? Did the dog have a say? Is the dog going like, I ain't got no fucking emotional problems. I'll wait over here, guy. Holy shit! Bringing dogs on this shit. This is the world we live in. This is it.
Right?
This is it. Yeah. Wasn't to see.
No, this is to go. So we start to go over.
No, I'm saying the dog wasn't there for the guy to see. Like,
no, this was like he needed the dog just in case he started crying for some reason. He hugs the animal, and then, you know, you've seen these emotional support dogs. Like,
I get it if you're flying and you got to get the family or something. This is a recreational activity. If you're too pussy to do it without the dog, then you don't do it. I'm sorry, man. What do you get the bungee jump with your fucking dog too, guy? Holy shit. It's ridiculous, bro. We gotta whip this country back into shape, man.
Oh my God.
One cast at a time.
Okay. So my father-in-law goes first. Now he's going across this thing, and he's done it so many times. He's emailing people as he's going across, right? He's fucking texting as he's walking across the bridge.
Not even about the bridge, right? Just about business. Like, for all they know, he's in his driveway. I thought he said for a second he's texting people. You'll never guess how high up I am right now. No,
this guy's doing real estate transactions up in the air.
Oh, shit. Oh, that's a businessman dangling a mile in the air like Indiana Jones without the whip, just closing on a fucking commercial property.
Oh, man. So then I go, and I'm holding Caruso, and Guy, you start to go further to the middle of the bridge, and then you start getting that sway.
Oh, my God.
And my knees are buckling, you know, like my knees are like shaking. And I got the kid because my son, you know, like you were saying with the habitat, if this kid decides to move quick, I got to move with him. And next thing you know, I'm falling over the bridge, mile down with my son in my arm, right?
That's it. That's it, man. Yeah.
Screaming back up to my wife, going, I knew I shouldn't have done this.
right? As you're falling back. Oh, God. Unbelievable. What's below, by the way? Is it water, a raging river, or just ground?
Well, that's what I said. As I'm going, I told Lana, who's laughing behind me, right, videoing the experience. Nobody has a care in the world but me, right?
Yeah.
My Serafina's say, oh my God, this is so cool. And then you come into a point where it's like, what are you gonna do? Be afraid in front of your kids? I mean, right?
Yeah. You don't want to be afraid. Cautious is one thing, but like when you say your knees were shaking, they weren't really shaking, were they?
Yeah.
Like from fear, or you mean from the swaying bridge?
From everything. It was just, it's from the fact that the thing's swaying, the fact that I don't know what's going to happen. Literally, it was one of those moments where it's like a happy scene in a movie where it's like, let's go across the bridge. And then in the middle of it, it's like, and then you're like, what? And then you see cable snapping. Right. And then, Stallone shows up. Yeah.
yeah, bro. But listen, you're not totally wrong. Let me tell you why. Because this stems back to since I've known you, right? You don't have total trust in anybody but yourself, right? So, like, people just get on these things, they get on rides, and they just assume the engineers who built this were just, like, on it and everything's great. But in the back of your head, there's always a little, how do you know the guy who built it wasn't going through a divorce with his wife and there was one nut that goes in the cable and he's like, fuck it, right? So it's not just like, it's that somebody might have made a mistake and because of that I'm gonna die. I don't know. But to your point too, like, what do you need, water and it's on the other side? This is just all unnecessary. I like to be scared for reasons, like hitting a stage in front of hundreds, for you thousands. That's a scary, rewarding thing. This is, what do? We get off and we look at the photo with the...
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I don't want to put myself in jeopardy when I don't have to, but for the group, I swallowed and I said, you know what? Let me conquer my fear. So we went there, and we went back. But yeah, I mean, in all, it was a great trip. And here's another thing, and I want to discuss this. This might be a little bit off topic, but it's happened on the trip as well. I gotta tell you, you got a dishwasher?
Yeah, we never use it, but we have one. Yeah.
All right. Well, we use ours constantly.
All right.
And the way my mother-in-law loads a dishwasher should be like one of those YouTube videos, like if you never loaded a dishwasher before, which I don't think a lot of people are even taught in life of how to properly load. Do you know that she puts the knives and the forks down, right, in the thing?
Down. I have them
facing down.
Yeah.
So if when you go to reach it, you don't stab your, like the sharp points are down. A lot of people would not know that loading a dishwasher. You don't put stainless steel with silver because it tarnishes the silver. Did you know that?
No.
Okay, and then there's a way to space out the plates. The way this woman does it, when you take out, like if you were to take out the drawer from the dishwasher, the way it's set in there, you don't even want to remove it. It's that neat.
All right. Listen, I got a real opinion about a dishwasher. I almost tried to write a bit about it the other day, so we can get into this.
Go ahead. What's the?
I'm sure your mother-in-law loads it beautifully, and I've seen that, right? You put each dish where it's supposed to go. I truly thought the silverware is supposed to stick up so that heads get hit really good, but all right. Nevertheless, I bet your mother-in-law rinses the dishes before she puts them in, right?
Yeah, and I gotta tell you this.
Right.
They're clean.
Say it. Yes! By the time we put them in these damn dishwashers, they're practically washed anyway. Just finish the job. And then you put it in, and I don't know, you could get your car washed in about 5 minutes, but a dishwasher's going for like, what is it doing? It's like 40 minutes, right? You hear it, I mean, it's not loud, but, and then you gotta come and you gotta take them out. I mean, soup to nuts should be done. Me and Jackie, we just wash them, dry them, put them away. I mean, granted, there's only 3 of us, but you're done. It's not worth it. If you told me I just take them and just toss them into this square thing, and then they all come out stacked, I'm in.
You make a great point on the car wash. Why does it take your car wash 5 minutes or 3.5 minutes to go through? And this thing is, an SUV, huge. And what? My bowl of cereal is going to take 2.5 hours from putting it in. This is what I don't like.
Right?
Here's what I don't like. When you go in the dishwasher and it ain't dry yet, right? Like the dry cycle hasn't kicked in yet. So
yeah.
instead of just drying the fucking fork, I leave it dry. I'll eat with my hands. I feel like I can't take anything out of the dishwasher solo. Right? I feel like I can't take it. I feel like it's all or nothing.
It should be, man. I mean, I've done the white trash move a few times where I started hand picking things out of my dishwasher to the point where I'm like, it's become a new dish rack. Like instead of the cabinet, like I'm putting the dirty stuff back and pulling out the clean. Like, like pull a bowl out of your dishwasher, eat cereal with it, and then just put the bowl right back in the dishwasher. It's not even making it to the counter. To the cabinet, I'm saying. That's where I was at, and it makes no sense, bro. I'm not really down with the dishwasher, but I do respect a proper load, but it just seems like extra work. I still think the guy who invented the dishwasher is still laughing all the way to the bank. I'm sorry.
Well, I got to tell you, the dishwasher, it is good for wine glasses, because wine glasses, to me, are one of the hardest things to wash. Yeah. As far as spots and what have you. So yeah. I think it's good for that. But, I mean, just to see this woman load a dishwasher was worth the trip. So, yeah, we're back. We're back in L.A.
How's the smoke? What's going on? You get air okay?
At this point, I don't know if I'm looking at smoke or fog or what the hell's going on. I don't know where any of the fires are, or even if the fires are still burning. However, my father, who is now visiting us from Chicago, has said that the smoke had reached Chicago from California and Portland. Apparently, Chicago got some of the smoke. I mean, that's a fire when the shit's traveling, 2,500 miles across the country.
Yeah. My mother-in-law said she smelled it the other day. I don't know, man. I haven't personally yet, but unbelievable, dude. Unbelievable. World's upside down.
That's what's going on. What do you got? What's going on your side?
Oh, man. Well, I got let me just, first of all, hold on. This isn't even a comedy bit. I got to check my numbers here. I told you I got this new studio I built in my basement while you were in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm talking. I'll do the reveal next show, but you got to see this thing. Bro, I went to Home Depot. I got sheetrock, right? I painted the cement with the waterproofing cement. I'm in the basement. I built around these vents and shit. I got carpeting. I built a door. This shit is tight, right? And Jackie, when I first started building it, I was doing this for 2 weeks, bro. I'm at Home Depot, and I bought 3 4x10 pieces of sheetrock. I could barely fit them in the back of this trailer that I have connected to the Tahoe. And the trailer's got like a flat. It's going flat. And these things were way heavier than I thought. So I hit the road, and they start to flap over, and the cars behind me is honking like I'm going to lose them. So I made a quick right into a parking lot. And then there was a bunch of stores that line up all the way towards my house. And I'm going in and out of the parking lots and driving the whole length of them, coming out onto the road for a second, then going into the next parking lot, trying to sneak home like by staying in parking lots. Then I got to this Tractor Supply store and bought some more rope. Anyway, nightmare. But having said all that, when I start building this, Jackie goes, is it gonna be musty down there? Are you gonna want to be down in the basement? Because all around me it's a raw basement. I have stone packed into dirt, like, you know, it's like house was built in 1885. And I go, yeah, it's gonna be really cozy in there. And it is, bro. It's unbelievable in here. When you're in here, you feel like you're in a room in the house. I got the candle going. So she goes, you should get the air checked. I go, it's not even musty. When you come in there, you'll see. So I do all the work, and she comes down. She's like, oh, yeah, no, I get it. It's pretty cool down here. And then she goes, what about radon? What the fuck, bro? Do you know what radon is?
No. What's that?
Are we on delay?
No, I don't know. There's poor connection. But one of the things you need to get down there in your studio is an internet. One of those things which strengthens the internet.
I'm losing you again for a sec. Yeah, but I can't hear you.
I'm not talking.
Let me call you back.
All right.
I've done the shows down here lots of times. I've been doing them down here.
Yeah, I know. There's just a delay.
Maybe because I built these walls now, I made it a little more difficult, you know? Hold
on. I gotta get these. Hold on, one sec. Okay. Go ahead.
All right. So anyway, did you hear me? I was saying, have you ever heard of radon?
No, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's a gas that seeps through the ground and comes up into your home. It's a gas you can find it anywhere in the country, and it's how do I describe it? It's like radiation. And, you know, most homes, obviously, there's no problem. But if you have over a certain amount of radon, it could cause lung cancer. And 21,000 people a year die from lung cancer from radon. So, you know, and when we bought this house, someone else was interested in it. And when I was looking around at the house, I said to the realtor, what's that thing on the mantle? And he goes, oh, it's a radon detector. Someone else is interested in the house, and they're checking on the radon. And then I put an offer in for the house, and I fucking never even thought to ask about radon.
So are you gonna like recheck the radon?
Well, so now I gotta go to Home Depot, right? And I gotta buy a radon kit, right? And you buy this kit, and you do some in your basement, and then you mail away to a lab, and they let you know if you have radon, right? And there's a thing called PCI. And if your house has more than 4 PCI, that's no good, right? You got to be below 4. So I'm like, what the fuck with this lab shit? So they had this other thing at Home Depot for like $130. This thing, it's a meter, it's a radon detector. And you put this in whatever room you want it to detect, and you got to wait 24 hours, and then it gives you a reading. And then it'll give you a reading. It keeps giving you a reading over days and days, and it gets more and more accurate. So by the end of like 30 days, that's a real accurate. But so I come down the next morning. Oh, what the fuck? The thing's in the high 5s, right? So
wait a minute. What's like dangerous? Like what's dangerous?
Over 4. It's like get the fuck out of there, you know. Yeah, and then it said if it's over 4, I'm not making this up, and you spend like a day in there, it's like smoking 10 cigarettes. That's what they said, right? And they said, and if you smoke in a room with high radon, oh, forget it. You're like Sean Penn, just chain smoking, you know. So I come upstairs and I go to Jackie, the fuck, it's up like 5.79. And I go, but it gets more accurate over time. And she's like, well, I'm sure it goes up. I doubt it goes down. I'm like, yeah, me too. Oh, man, I guess I'll just use that room for storage. I can't, you know, but I go, but we'll see. So then I do some stuff around the house, and I go check on the radon later. This was yesterday, and it was down to 4.6, baby. So I go to Jackie. It's almost below 4. And she's like, well, you're not going down there if it's not below 4. I go, it's fucking. And bro, yesterday by nighttime, it dropped to 3.22. It's back up to 3.72. If it goes over 4, I got to get the fuck out of here. But the average, the average, it says over time is 3.86. Now, lastly, I can pay $1,200 to get this vent fan system, which this room ain't worth doing all that shit. And they said you'll still, even your average home has about in the like low 2s. You'll never not have any radon in your basement, you know, and leading up. So, but they go below 4, you're fine. So as of right now, knock on wood, baby, we're below the radon level. So, shit.
I mean, it's not even like you're on like the border when it's coming to this. It's not like, oh, it's at 2.5. Don't worry about it. Like you're excited that it's just below the 4. I mean, at 3.8, what? You ain't catching it?
No, bro, I like to think it's like the bridge, right? I feel like really you're gonna be fine up to 6, but at 4 they tell you to get the fuck out of there because they know guys like me are gonna stick around to 4.7, 4.8. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit. Are you still with me with the connection we got going?
Yeah, I'm still here.
I'm wondering if the radon is fucking with my internet.
No, I'm still here.
All right. And then on top of that, I got, look at this. I can't tell you, the Fredonia water supply, about 2 weeks ago, something happened to it, got contaminated. The filters are fucked up, right? So they come on the news and they say in Fredonia, we can't drink the water. But you can boil it for a minute, solid minute, and then you could drink it. You could shower with it, but don't use your toothbrush with it. Don't drink with it, right? So then we'll let you know. We'll let you know how long this is going to last. Cut to day 2. They come on the news and say, "All right, we're setting up spots where 2-3 times a week you can pull up at certain hours, and we're giving out water." What the fuck? All right, so there's the update. This thing again. So at first, Jackie's like, "Did you go get the free water? They're giving out cases of water." And I'm like, "I'll buy it." You know? She's like, "Hey, it's not a refugee thing. Like, everyone, you need fucking water because you're all, you know, it's there. They were paying water taxes. Go get it, you know?" So now 2-3 times a week I'm going and you get there and this. I wait till there's no cars, but you pull up, you don't even get out of your car. They ask your address, they open up the back, they throw a case in, right? And this is where we're at with that. And they say there's an algae in it and you can get bacteria. Hey, bro, and sometimes I'm rinsing with it between the radon and the water. I might not even finish this fucking cast.
Nah, man, you might have to put a for sale sign up on this thing.
My head just might collapse halfway through the show. I got my massage, dude.
Oh, my God. What happened?
Whoa, bro, it was a good massage. The lady did a fantastic job. First of all, I can't even tell you how well you described the entire experience. I mean, I had to laugh when I'm laying under that sheet and I did the cough, like you said. I'm like, you know? And then she goes, "You all set there?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And because Jackie goes, "Why would you do the cough? She'll just come in." I go, "But she's going to come in 5 minutes later. Let's get this shit going," right?
Yeah.
Now, I got a question for you. Jackie had gotten it from me as a gift certificate, and she'd gotten it a long time ago, right? I feel like, and this is a privately owned business, I feel like when you're coming in for an appointment and then you give them a gift certificate, they thought they were about to make money, and now they're working for money they already spent. So they're like, "Oh, yeah, you have to rub this fucking back. Fuck this." You know? Do you feel that way? They're like, "Wow, I could really use that $100 on Tuesday's appointment." All right. And then I pull out a little envelope. "Merry Christmas, Daddy."
Oh, my God. Yeah, I gotta tell you, that is definitely the vibe when you pull out a gift certificate, whether it be at a masseuse, at a restaurant. They feel like, and not to interrupt your story, but
man.
I used to get gift certificates for my favorite restaurant from my mother-in-law for Christmas time, and we never used them because during that time we were having kids and whatnot, and it was hard to get out. And it said valid for a year, right?
Right.
So it was past the year, but I'm like, yeah, they're gonna accept it. You know, I mean, like, who's not going to accept? You know, it's a $300 gift certificate that we already bought. So I go in there, right, and I order like a lot. You know, $300 is a lot of food. And at the end of service, I whip out the gift certificate. By the way, I don't whip it out in the beginning.
That was my mistake.
Yeah,
I let the lady know up front this is a freebie.
Yeah. You let them work. You let them work, and then you whip out the gift card, and then you start to see the face change. You know, like the service was great and I got to tell you, the way these people do the gift cards, they do it like a they're old school, so their gift cards look like a certificate you would get if you won the spelling bee, right? It's like 8.5 by 10. You know, it's like
yeah. Oh shit.
So you got to put that in the billfold, and I mean,
oh shit. I see that thing sticking out there like, what the fuck?
like she might as well go back to the register, and the whole restaurant's going, oh, look at this cheap bastard. But do you equate using a gift certificate to being cheap?
Yeah, a little bit, right? I mean, even though it's got to be used, it's ridiculous, of course. But I don't know about cheap. I just feel like they're working for free. They feel like they're already working for something they already spent, man. And that's when you don't get top-notch service. You know.
Okay, so you go in. Now, did you free ball it, or did you got underwear on?
No, I had underwear on, but I did what you said. I don't know if you said to do this. She thought it was a little weird. I told Jackie too, but I said to her, she goes, all right, so you just you can get undressed, and then I'll be right back in when you're ready. We're gonna start face up, and I need you to have the mask on, and then when you go face down, you feel free to take the mask off. And I go, okay, sounds good. I'll just let you know I'm going to keep my underwear on, and I'll take everything else off. But I also, it's okay. I don't need you to do my feet and my hands. And she goes, okay, all right. And she thought that was a little, I could tell she thought it was weird that Jackie goes, why would you announce that you're keeping your underwear on? I mean, she fucking know once she started. I go, I just didn't want her to get excited thinking she's going to get a little something, you know, get to see Corielli's ass. Who wouldn't want to see that shit? It ain't happening today, though, honey. I thought it was a courtesy, right?
That's so Italian. It's like, listen, I don't know what you were expecting, but
yeah, I thought it was a nice courtesy to know when you put your hand underneath that sheet, you're not gonna like hit a ball, right? Just a little heads up. So, bro, I really like almost giggled out loud, and I'm not even exaggerating, when she left the room and I took my clothes off, and now I'm climbing under this sheet, and it's like 11:30 in the morning. It's a beautiful sunny Saturday morning, and I'm half naked getting under this fucking sheet in this little bungalow thing. Like, it was a great setup the lady had with the candles and the music, but I'm like, this is just not my thing, man, you know? And then she comes in and she starts rubbing me, and I almost started laughing. I'm like, this is weird. And I know that's just me, right? But I will say this. There were certain parts that I really enjoyed, right? I really enjoyed, like, she would take each of my hand, and like when she's holding my arm up, what I wanted to ask you, is she expecting me to just be dead with it? Because I'm like doing a half holding it too, like out of a courtesy. So I'm doing like a wing job holding it up. And I don't know if she's like, you know, appreciating that or if she's like, what the fuck? Because I'm like, so I'm like, you know, but then she would get down and she'd just do the top of my hands. I said, don't worry about my hands. And same thing with my legs. She'd go down and she even did the ankles and a little bit on the top of the foot. And bro, I was regretting that I told her not to do my feet because I just stopping at the ankle, it felt like the energy was not releasing. It was like coming all the way down my body and then clogging at my ankle. And I think she felt that way too, because a couple times she brushed right over my foot anyway. And I'm like, I clearly told you not to touch my foot. I mean, that felt fantastic, but I told you not to fucking touch my foot. Yeah. And and then the same thing with the hand. She just did a little on the hands. And I think if I ever did it again, I'd love a lot of hands. And if my feet didn't look too gross, maybe a lot of feet too. That seems like that would be fantastic. But I don't think I'd ever do it again.
Oh, come on, man. You got to switch gears, though. I mean, you could switch gears at mid-massage and go, I know I told you not to do the feet, but why don't you go and dive in? I think the massage is a game of mental chess where there's a lot of unspokens within the course of the massage. Like you're saying, you got the hand up. And she might be going, all right, guy, you know, you relax it a little bit. And you might be going, does she want help?
Right.
I feel like if people just talk throughout the massage.
Freezing here.
I feel like people, if they just spoke throughout the massage, they'd be able to communicate better. You know, like, hey, relax your arm. And then you just relax it.
Yeah, but what I really enjoyed was, once I coughed and she said, are you ready? And I said, yes. The only thing we said to each other the whole time was when she said, okay, Pete, you can roll over on your other side. And then at the very end, she goes, okay, we're all done. You can get dressed and I'll see you outside. And I go, oh, thank you. And that's it. No, I don't want to have communication, bro. I'm not into that. So, and just for me, I would always rather, I'd be honest, whatever, it's all cast, I'll say it. I'd rather sit on my porch on a sunny afternoon, have a half of a doob and a cup of coffee. To me, that's so much more relaxing than all of that. But I totally get it, man. If you can be comfortable with all that and let it go, I could see, I mean, it felt fantastic. Oh, lastly, though, I said to Jackie, too, I thought it would make me feel great all day. But it only made me feel good while it was happening. As soon as I got in my car, I was just back to the fucking me. Do you find that? Like, I thought like I'd be walking around that day going, oh my God, I'm gliding. But by 12:30, I like literally forgot I had one, except when I smelled my skin from the oil.
No, I feel not a sense of euphoria, but I do feel a lubrication that has gone throughout my body where my joints and my muscles seem to have definitely benefited from the massage. So that I have to say, you know, absolutely that it stays with me for at least 24 hours.
I feel that way with a good steam with eucalyptus. I love that smell. That I do, but not so much with the massage. But so that's that on that. Yeah.
I had what the hell did I have for you? I went on a golf trip with the guys in their mid-70s. Right?
Yeah.
I'm the youngest guy by about 25, 30 years. I don't know when you get to this point, man, but these guys, they look so relaxed. Are you ever around people with just a lot of money and just retirement? And I'm asking the guy, when did you retire? And he goes, 52. And he's 72. And I said, what have you been doing? He goes, just relaxing, playing golf, traveling. I sold my company, and one of the guys, you know what he did? You know the grease vents above the stove and above the fryers in a restaurant?
Yeah, yeah.
He cleans those things, and I think I talked about this before I even went. These guys do things that you would never even know there was a industry behind, right?
Right, yeah.
So this guy became the #1 grease cleaner of these filters in the world, right? And now he retired. He's 52 years old, and it's like the relaxation is just so prevalent on their face.
Right? Oh, man. It's like watching one of them old movies when they lived in Rome and they're all just walking around with robes on, with wine and smiling. Yeah.
Yeah. And my dad, he goes, I got about 6 years left of money if I retired today. Right?
Yeah, but guys like your old man, though, they ain't wired for that anyway. You know, after 2 days of doing that, they get bored, man. They got.
No, I know. But what I'm saying is, to retire and then live above the means of how you were living before you retire is just baffling to me. Like, if my dad retires today, he's gonna have to fucking really watch what he spends, right? Like, I don't know where your dad is on his his nest egg. If he, like, when he passes away, God forbid, I'd be like, holy shit, we're getting a good chunk of cash or whatnot. I'm getting a mortgage.
Maybe a couple credit card bills that they'll give the old college try to see if the son will pay off the visa.
Oh my God. Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, these guys got it set up, man. They got, their kids' education's paid for. It's just all taken care of.
Yeah.
And I was just like, man, God, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, I can't, living that kind of life, baby, stress-free.
Stress-free, but it was a good time. It was, we went up to Virginia, and we golfed there for 2 days, and then golfed a few times up in North Carolina. Good for the kids, like I said, to get out.
Were you driving the ball farther than these guys, I hope?
Every once in a while I hit a drive past them, but I gotta tell you, for 72, 75 years old, these guys dead center, 225, 250 consistently. Wow. Yeah, they're playing golf every day for the last 20 years. I've been playing golf for 6 months.
Yeah, that's true. That's
give
true.
Give me some time.
You're 20 years younger, though. You should be driving the ball further.
Yeah, no, I know. I should be, but it's not happening just yet.
Did you get into that club? Or is that still on the
it's still I put the brakes on there. I don't know what I'm doing. I might move out of here.
Oh, wow. I was wondering if that was going to be brought up. Oh, shit. Austin? Nashville?
I don't know, but I gotta tell you, I gotta tell you this. I can't tell you the numbers because I'll throw up if I tell you the numbers. I got wildfire insurance just in case the house gets engulfed by a wildfire. The policy's up, right? They're gonna charge me 3 times what I'm paying now. And if I told you what I was paying now, you'd faint. Okay? So just okay. So I'm talking to my business manager, and I said, "What could I do to lower the premium?" Because right now I spent 12 grand to basically clear out all the brush around my house because I live in on a mountain. I have a fire hydrant on my property, right?
Yeah.
He goes, well, what some of my clients are doing is they're fireproofing their house with water cannons. I go, what? Water cannon? What's that? He goes, basically, they're cannons throughout the perimeter of the house, and if there's a fire, they shoot out water over your house. Basically, they behave as a helicopter with water, right?
Holy shit.
50 grand to put it in. Hey. Now, with the amount of money they're charging me on the insurance policy, I could go buy my own fire department.
Holy shit, bro.
Hey.
Yeah.
Which leads me to my next point. Would you go without fire insurance and buy your own fire truck?
Bro, I'm breathing in radon during this fucking story. Of course I'm going to cut corners. Yeah. I wouldn't do either of those things. I would cross my fingers and tell Jackie to sleep with sneakers on. Yeah, I mean, Jesus, what's going on with this world?
I don't know, bro. But I'm on top of this stuff. I don't know, like, where other people are on. Like, I'm on top of insurance, earthquake, the whole thing, right? So I start taking a walk. I took a walk in the neighborhood. I run into my neighbor. And this guy, you know, you ever talking to some guy, and I'm not even really hearing what he's saying. I'm just waiting for my question because I'm going to ask him about fire insurance, right? So he's doing small talk, you know, COVID, this and that, and I'm just waiting for like so he shuts up so I could fire him with the insurance, right? So there's a little lag in the conversation. I go, "You got fire insurance? Wildfire?" He goes, "What?" I go, "Wildfire insurance, you got it?" He goes, "Well, no, I just have homeowner's insurance." I said, "Listen, I don't know when you got your homeowner's insurance, if wildfire is within that policy, but it's not in my homeowner's. It's you know, outside of it, so I got to pay extra for wildfire." So there's people out there, and I think there's more people like this than not, that just like sign up for stuff and they don't even know what the hell's in it, right? So this guy, God forbid, this guy's house burns to the ground. He's gonna call his insurance provider and go, "When are you gonna come rebuild?" And they're gonna go, "What rebuild? You don't got wildfire insurance."
Shit.
But it could happen the other way, right? It could happen where you got wildfire insurance, and then the insurance company goes, "Yeah, sorry." And they go, "What happened?" "It's not actually a wildfire. Your house caught fire because the other house was on fire. So that's outside our policy."
Or what if someone lights the fire? Is that considered arson? Like,
that's in the homeowner's insurance, I think. If you got like a stove fire in your house burns down, that's covered under the home. But if this thing is a wildfire, you got to get a separate policy. So it's either I get a fire truck, I go without insurance, or I move to Texas.
Oh, yeah. I say you get all the valuables out, the photo albums, this, that, and the other thing, and then you just unscrew a valve on the back of the stove.
Oh, God. So, man, I don't know. I mean, I'm sitting there going, what does California have to offer? You know, like Lana and I had a glass of wine the other night. I said, what are we staying here for? We got earthquakes. We got wildfire. We got civil unrest. We got homelessness. We have the state is bankrupt. The roads are shot. What is it going to give us? Traffic. Sunshine. What do we get? Sunshine. And we ain't even paying for that. So it's like, at a point, it comes to like, what's the benefits of living here? School. You don't even get public schooling because the school system sucks. You got to pay for private. Fuck, I got to buy my own fire department. I mean, come on.
I'm not laughing at your plight. I'm laughing at the comment. Fuck, I gotta buy my own fire department.
No, I'm just saying, like the stuff that Fredonia provides you that you pay taxes for, whether it be a school, fire department, police. I got a preschool in one of my rooms. I'm gonna have a fire truck soon. Next, I gotta hire a police force.
Yeah. Oh man, it is crazy out there right now. I hear you, man. Shit. So, oh no, man.
It's a shame. It's a shame because you buy your quote unquote dream home. And the conversation was a lot different 8 months ago. Lon is, the kids are going to go up here. We're going to have parties here. What should we do with the pool? What should we do with this? And now I'm like, fuck, sell the damn place. Get the fuck out of here.
Shit.
Oh, man. So that's where I'm at with everything on this side.
Oh, man. It's crazy times out there. Crazy times. So, boy.
What else? You got anything else? I'm looking at my notes here.
I got to ask you your opinion real quick. I'll make this one not too long. Jackie's Tahoe had a damaged windshields, right? So I got Safe Light guy, the Safe Light repair guy comes. And
I saw this post you did. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, speaking of posts, your Amazon thing, what did my wife buy? Jackie is glued to that. Like she used to be with the guy who does the one bite with the pizza, Dave Portnoy. Yeah. That thing is, everyone loves that, bro. So anyway, he comes, he's going to do the whole thing. It's free when the insurance. And after he puts it in, he goes, I got to take the car for a ride. I got to get over 45 and it resets the camera and all this stuff. I said, no problem. So when he comes back, he pulls in. Real nice guy, right? And as soon as he pulls in, he goes over to his truck and he gets a spray. And I go, all set? And he goes, yeah. He goes, I just, because it's on the passenger side, he goes, I didn't see it until the sunlight when I was driving down here right at the end, hoping I can get it out with the spray. And we won't go over to the passenger side. And there's a couple of scratches, right?
What?
You can't even see them if you're driving, but if you sit in the passenger seat, you notice them. They don't bother you, but you notice them. It's very. And he grubs it and he goes, "Oh man, dang it, it won't come out." I wish I would have saw it sooner. I didn't see it until I was driving and the sun hit it. I go, "Wow, man, are these used, these windshields?" He goes, "No, they're brand new from the factory, but the guys who load them into the truck for me for the day, they rattle around. They don't, Question to you." And then he goes, "Listen, obviously we'll fix this for free." He goes, "But this one has to settle for 5 days before I can push it out and put in a new one. But, it's up to you. If you want a new one, no problem. I'll come back out." I go, "Let me check with my wife. She drives this, so I'll let you know." And he goes, "All right, it's up to you. If you want to keep it, fine. If you want a new one, you let me know." Do you think he noticed that scratch when he was putting it in and that he said, "All right, I got to put my acting chops on. And when I pull in at the end, I'm going to rush and get the spray and pretend I didn't notice it till the sun hit it and hope that this guy is cool with that, because otherwise I got to go all the way back to Buffalo, get a new shield, and come all the way back." Which one do you think? Did he hit me with a Robert De Niro, Al Pacino special? Or was he being honest?
Yeah, he did a De Niro Pacino in Heat.
He did, right? I felt like, I'm like, "God, what do you think? I'm 50 years old. You can't pull this acting shit on me. You saw the scratch. It's the only thing you got to check for before you put the fucking thing in. Is there a scratch?"
No, he put it in knowing this.
And of course, Jackie's like, "Whatever, it's fine. I don't give a shit, I guess. I don't want to make him come back out." And he wins.
Yeah. Can you imagine if he would have pulled it out and said, "Listen, the windshield's got a crack. I got to come back in 5 days." No, he put it in knowing it. And then he's like, "I'm going to give him the acting job at the end of this, see where he's at with it." I mean, I think he did a great job. He got what he wanted.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Then a guy comes in my backyard 3 days ago, 7:30 in the morning. This guy comes back there with like a tape measure and shit, and there's a woman with him, and she's got a metal detector, and they're rubbing the ground by me. I come out, I go, "Can I help you?" And they go, "We're looking for the boundary line. It's always a metal rod deep in the ground because someone bought the house next to you, behind you, and they want the land surveyed." So I go, "Well, why don't you check on their land? Why are you checking in my garden?" And he goes, "Well, I think it goes back this far according to my plans." I go, bro, 7:30 in the morning, you're in my backyard with a metal detector telling me half my backyard's not my backyard? I mean, no knock on the door, nothing?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I'm sorry. And then he sees my dog and he goes, oh, what a cute puppy. Is that you? Well, how old is he? Again, I'm 50. What do you think? You're going to divert my attention? But he goes, how old is he? And I go, he's a puppy. He's a dog, man. So what's with this ride? Are you sure there's a ride? Like, that's literally what I said to him. And then Sadie comes out, Dad, why are they here? We're losing our backyard. So one thing leads to another. Jackie has to take Sadie to school. I gotta walk the dog. I come back. There's a metal rod, a new one, in my backyard with a big flat head on it. Like, I think they use a machine. Like, I couldn't even dig it out. And it says, do not dig up. Bro, this thing is like 5 feet further back onto my property. If this guy who moves in wants to fight me on it and say, this is my property line, it runs halfway through a sidewalk I put in.
What?
You know? Yeah. I can't hear you again.
No, I just said, what?
Can't hear you again, bro. Every time you put your headphones on, I lose you.
They've been on.
I don't know what to do. I don't hear you.
Hold on. So this guy's going to take 5 feet of your property?
5 feet of, and yes. And so much of my property that this little pathway that I have next to my garage that leads to my backyard, I might not even be able to get to that piece of property.
No, you tell him.
And here's the...
You tell him, this is my property. That's it.
The guy who owned the house he lives in before me, he's the one who put up the fence deciding where his property ended. Now, here's the only thing, too. The other day, I saw this young kid. He's got to be like mid-20s. I think he bought the house, and he's with the realtor, and he's in the backyard, and I'm on the other side of the fence, and I hear him going, yeah, so I want to get a crew in as soon as possible. If you have any more that, whether rent or buy, let me know. Here's my card. I live in Rochester. And then I talked to the owner of the house. He came by. He doesn't live there anymore, but he stopped by. And he goes, Pete, did someone come by and survey the property? I go, yeah, he came by today. He goes, yeah. He goes, I don't know, some young kid. He goes, I think he's flipping the house. Like, he's going to buy a house as a piece of shit. Flip it and then try to sell it. So a guy who's flipping it, he don't mind fucking with me, right? He'll be like, hey, man, I live in Rochester. I'm putting my property where it is. So by the time the new guy comes in, I'm going to go to the new guy, you took half my backyard, and he'll go, yeah, hey, I just came in and bought the house, So this could get ugly. I had Jackie pull out the plans. So we'll see, man. We will see. But, bro, this never ends in our lives between the two of us. We're just getting screwed, man.
I know, bro. This is going to come to an end.
Yeah. So, anyway, it was good hanging with you again.
Good hanging. We will be back next week, maybe this week, depending on our schedules. But thanks for hanging in there after last week's rerun. But we're back up and running. Good talk. We will check back.
Smiling guy, keep smiling, guy. All right.
I'll let you know about Caruso.
All right. Yeah, of course, bro.
Take care.
Later, man.